30 minutes ago at City Hall, efforts to punish a Chicago alderman for speaking at a rally where an American flag had been burned last month failed.
And WGN political reporter Taman Bradley live downtown with more on that. Taman.
Ray and Micah, good evening. Two important things to tell you about that happened here today. One, there's a push by alders to keep ShotSpotter. And two, that Byron Cicho Lopez flag controversy is over. A vote to remove him from his leadership post failed. This afternoon, City Council convened with just one item on the agenda, Byron Cicho Lopez. A group of Cicho Lopez's colleagues called the meeting to strip the two-term alderman of his chairmanship of the Housing Committee. They wanted the Democratic Socialist punished because he spoke at a rally where a veteran burned a U.S. flag to protest America's support for Israel. Chris Taliaferro, who spoke out against Cicho Lopez, says he's had several meetings with him and accepts his apology.
So it's our responsibility when we take on certain positions within this city to understand that, yes, we do have a right. We have a First Amendment right to do a lot of things, but there are times when we have to recognize that the exercise of that right may not be best for the people.
Mayor Johnson, who appointed Cicho Lopez to his leadership post, has stood by him throughout the controversy. In a fiery speech, Cicho Lopez defended himself.
That if in any way, shape, or form my actions have offended anyone, especially veterans, I'll take full accountability. But not once, by no means, I'm going to condemn a veteran for using his First Amendment right.
Governor Pritzker was asked about Cicho Lopez's appearance at the event where organizers accused President Biden of backing genocide and said the DNC should not be held in Chicago.
I think are all things that I disagree with, but I will defend to the death his right to say those things. I wouldn't have done it, and I wouldn't encourage anybody to do it, but it's his right to do it.
In earlier business this morning, the Police and Fire Committee advanced an ordinance concerning ShotSpotter. Alderman David Moore introduced a measure that would allow individual members to decide whether to keep the controversial technology on a ward-by-ward basis.
It's the responsibility of the duly elected alderman to secure as many resources as possible to uplift and protect the community.
The ordinance does not specify how ShotSpotter would be funded after the city's contract with the company behind the service expires September 22nd. But supporters talked about how they believe the tech helps police.
Look, we're down thousands of officers that we're not getting back. We have to look at other ways to save lives. We have to look at other ways to develop intelligence, and this is a key component in that.
Although the mayor's office argues that public safety is a citywide issue and this move will undercut them, the full city council will take up the matter April 17th. Live tonight from City Hall, Taman Bradley, WGN News.
Thank you, Taman.